Hello, I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a reading for my Aquarius suns. It is Aquarius season, and yeah, I would like to do a reading for you guys. So let's dive right in. Start with our oracle cards. Well, I'm only picking one. This is the card that tells us the general vibe of this reading. It's the one that ties everything all together. So as I'm shuffling, I invite you to just take some deep breaths. Ooh, hello. To ground yourself. Kind of chill out. Wow, okay. Our cards are coming pretty quickly. That's always fun. Oh my gosh. Let's move that down a bit. There we go. Let's pick our shadow cards. Okay. A lot of energy going on. Okay. Okay. My Aquarius suns. Let's dive in. Oh, I'm so curious what this will be. All right, so for our oracle, we've got chop wood. Very interesting. All right, we have the Six of Wands, High Priestess, Seven of Wands reversed, got the, Seven of Cups, Five of Wands reversed, and finally the Ace of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so we have a lot of Wands energy in here that I think is interesting. Wands is the suit of it's corresponds with the element of fire, and it's really about doing, you know, when you have some sort of project that you're working on or some kind of goal that you're working towards. Wands energy is that. Lots of passion, you know, and I think that is perfectly represented by the Six of Wands. We have this person, show you up close. We have this person on this horse, and his cape is flowing in the wind, which actually looks a lot like, you know, fire flames. He's riding out in this like blaze of glory, you know. Six of Cards really represents success. It represents like victory over something. Yeah. Then we have the High Priestess, which represents intuition. It represents looking inward. I'm kind of getting the feeling of like if you are working with any, if you work with spirit guides or with loved ones on the other side, or ancestors, things like that. I'm kind of feeling like that's don't know, not that anything or anyone is coming through, but just kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of getting the feeling that now would be a good time to reach out to them, or kind of just generally looking towards them. I don't know, them and your intuition. The High Priestess is normally assigned to use your intuition to look inward, and will continue looking you throughout this. But I'm also, for this reading, getting the feeling that other spirits, if they are some that you work with, might be a good idea to look towards them. So next we have the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is about like protecting your territory, right? But when we have it reversed, it's kind of more of this feeling of being overwhelmed, of wanting to give up. So I think it's interesting that we have both of these here, you know. I mean, when we think of like the story of the Suit of Wands, we have, you know, Six of Wands being like this big success. Oh, that's the other thing with Six of Wands, is that it's a very like public kind of, like, you're getting publicly recognized. It's a very big success, you know, and other people are noticing, other people are seeing it. And then Seven of Wands kind of has the vibe of like, people are seeing that, saw that big victory, so now they're kind of coming for you in one way or another. Maybe not directly like coming for you, but you feel this more of a need to defend what you've got here. And when we have Seven of Wands reversed, it's like feeling overwhelmed, you know, maybe even a feeling of, okay, yeah, okay, all right, things are coming together. I swear, in every reading, you know, I like, you gotta give me a little bit, but eventually it all just whoosh, comes together. So Seven of Wands, I feel like you're in this position now where maybe because of this big success that you had, you're feeling like you have to live up to this, like you have to defend this, you know. Maybe right now you're kind of feeling like a little, I don't want to say unworthy, but maybe a little bit of imposter syndrome, a little bit. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is mainly how you're feeling right now. So, but before I go any further, let's continue looking at our cards. So we have this Seven of Cups, right? Sorry, those words are really small. It can be hard for me to read them. So Seven of Cups, it represents having a choice, having to choose between a couple things. And I'm noticing that it is below the Six of Wands. So that tells me that this is connected to whatever kind of victory this was. Maybe it had something to do with a choice. I mean, normally this Seven of Cups is kind of like a little bit of caution, you know, cautionary. It's kind of saying, hey, you have a choice to make, and you have a lot of different things, a lot of different paths you can go down. Just be careful that you're really looking at each choice, because there might be things that don't quite, that are not as good as you think they are, or they're not quite what they seem. We've got the Five of Wands reversed. So, okay, so yeah, going back to this Wands energy, Five of Wands, Okay, yeah. Having this below the High Priestess. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So, okay, Five of Wands represents competition. It represents working hard for something. You know, in your own little world, you're working hard for something, but you have somebody. It's when you start getting attention for it. You start having some successes with it, and now all of a sudden you've got rivals. Now all of a sudden people are looking at you, and yeah. But when we have it reversed, that more so means avoiding contact, or not contact, avoiding conflict. It's like, instead of dealing with those people who are, you know, kind of looking over your shoulder, kind of being like, person, they're doing pretty good. Instead of like, you're just avoiding those people and kind of being like, you know, brushing them off, doing your own thing, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's a good thing to do. But the question is, why are you avoiding those people? Is it purely because you, you know, are just kind of rising above and not paying attention to them? Or is it more so out of fear, right? Is it more so out of insecurity? So again, avoiding them is not the problem. That may be the right thing to do in this situation. Just kind of be like, whatever, I don't want to listen to you. I'm doing my thing, you know, and just turning away. That's not always a bad thing. Usually a good thing. But I think using that as an opportunity to look a little deeper and do a little shadow work, that's what you should do, right? And again, we have this underneath this High Priestess, which is largely about looking inward, doing self-reflection, using your intuition. But also, like I said, in this specific reading, I do feel like this, and again, I'm not channeling anybody. I'm not, no one is speaking through me. I'm just saying the cards are telling me that if there are other spirits that you work with or you communicate with, it would be a good idea to also turn to them, as well as your own intuition. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe with this right now. So essentially, I hope I'm making sense, but essentially with this card, with these two cards, it's telling me and telling you that there's people who are kind of looking at you, people who kind of see you as a rival, and you are avoiding that. You are avoiding them, and that's totally cool, but it's a really good, I think there's just some shadow work that you could be doing with this. I think that's an opportunity for shadow work, an opportunity to kind of dig deeper and be like, how is this really making me feel? You know, I'm in this position where people are looking at me as a rival. They see that I'm doing well, which you are. Let's not forget, you're doing great. How is that making me feel? What is my reaction to this? Do I feel prideful and like prideful in like a good way? Do I feel confident, or am I kind of feeling insecure? Am I feeling scared of those people? I think that's what this is saying, is do some shadow work, listen to your intuition, reach out with other spirits if you work with other spirits, but if you don't, ignore that. Yeah, I can't really, yeah, I don't think this reading is meant to tell you what it is you're feeling or how to work through that. I think this reading is telling you to go figure that out. So anyway, we have our last card, which is the Ace of Swords reversed. So the suit of swords, that is, it corresponds with the element of air, which swords energy is very like fast moving, quick, doing things are happening, you know, but it also can represent like communication, right? So Ace of Swords is reversed is very much like, if you think of a double-edged sword, that's what Ace of Swords is. It's like, I mean, imagine picking up a sword, like this big heavy sword, and it's a lot heavier than you thought it would be. So you're kind of like picking it up, raising it up, and it's kind of like flying all over the place. You're wobbling, you don't really have a good grip of it, it's like really heavy, your arms are hurting. That's Ace of Swords reversed. And of course, it's an ace card, so that represents kind of like a new beginning, a new venture into something. But having it reversed like this is very uneasy. Very like, we have this powerful thing, this powerful weapon, this powerful, I don't know, whatever it is with your situation. But we do not have a good grasp of it. It's very heavy. We don't know how to hold it yet. We don't have enough strength for it yet. We're going in too much too fast. So then we have below the Seven of Wands reversed. And yeah, I think that kind of represents how you're feeling with this Seven of Wands, of feeling insecure. Okay, insecure is kind of harsh, but I don't know a better word. Of feeling just a little unstable, feeling like, you know, you've been put on a pedestal and now you're scared that you could be knocked down, other people will knock you down, you know? Yeah. Wow. This card is, or this reading is pretty all over the place. It's like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, maybe you're feeling all over the place and a little chaotic and just very unstable. That is the main vibe. Is